is devoted to population of the steppe eagle in Kalmykia Republic. It's northwestern Pre-Caspian area in Russia.
Hello, I am Anton Abushin. I will just present my presentation on the current state of the steppe eagle population in the Republic of Kalmykia. The thing is that steppe eagle is like endangered species, and this is revealed during the recent 20 years. As you can see, the most western part or point of its breeding habitat or range. So the most western part accommodates Kalmykia and Volgograd-Zavolzhye region. So this is my native land actually. And the Republic of Kalmykia lies in the south part of Russia, taking approximately 67,000 square kilometers. The majority of its territory is plain landscapes without any forests, but there are certain hills, uphills, and certain ravines. And due to this relief peculiarities, approximately 86% of pairs just make their nests like on the ground among the grassland, and quite often, so they are not high, so they just they lay quite low on the ground, and therefore there are certain difficulties in finding just these nests. But during 3 recent years, we've managed to identify at least 200 breeding areas, and just to identify the most western points of steppe eagle breeding area in the Republic of Kalmykia. And you can see one nest on the left-hand side. It lies on the territory of Rostov province, Rostov region. The thing is that in Rostov region, during in the last version of the Red Book, there are no data about the breeding area of the steppe eagle. And according to our estimates, in total, at the territory of the Republic, approximately 789, maximum 1,000 pairs of steppe eagle can just live. So why they are still retained in Kalmykia? Why they are still just why do they exist? Because in our country, in our traditional land grazing and livestock breeding is being developed. So, and therefore, there is like diet for suslik, for lesser or little ground squirrel, which is the main component of the diet for steppe eagle. And in the areas with abundant little ground squirrel, so we can find this picture at the registration plots. In 2023, we managed to find such place, and there were 17 active nests for 100 square kilometers, and the distance between them was 1 to 1.5 kilometers. And in average, so there were little bit less than 2 chicks per like brood, which is quite a good example for steppe eagle. But this is not true for all places. So there are only 2 places in Kalmykia of that kind, and you can see them just captured. So fat was produced and sold. And I would say that that capturing is just common, yet the significant part of the breeding area of the steppe eagle in Republic of Kalmykia. You can see it like highlighted in oval. And this fat produced from little ground squirrel is being sold at our online platforms, trading platforms. So $70 it costs. And the average wage in Kalmykia is like $250. You can see that. Like this is like this generates additional income for the population, which is quite considerable. And the second main problem in our, and not only our region, is mass death of birds at transmission lines. Since 2021, we are just inspecting our transmission lines in Kalmykia. So at first inspection we found 27, at second 47, and in 2023 we found 20 eagles, steppe eagles. So the density of the electrical grid in Kalmykia and adjacent territory is really very high, and eagles are concentrated in the areas with rich diet, and so there is a mass death of steppe eagles observed here. We are working in this area, and the result of this high mortality of the birds, like in the areas of the breeding areas and migration pathways, is that so the breeding groups become younger, and in some 27–30%, depending on the year, in the breeding pairs, we just observe birds below 5 years old, and so you can see it on this picture quite well. One of the birds possess or has this juvenile stripe, and so more and more nests become older every year. For example, one year we were just rearing chicks here, and next year, so the nest was found abandoned. So it happens in 20% of the cases. And here you can observe, or you can see the map of the grid transmission lines infrastructure in the southern part of Russia and adjacent territories, meaning in the western part of Kazakhstan. In total, so the length is 23,305 kilometers, and we've managed to study only 5,400 kilometers, and you can see that the transmission lines that present threat for birds comprise the major part, like 70 or almost 80%, and we can only guess how many dead eagles can be found at the transmission lines that we have not inspected, and therefore we are working in this regard very actively. We are studying the transmission lines, just formulate the statements, and submit it to the prosecutor's offices. But this is the provider of or distribution lines just is very reluctant to this and combating this, but we are just we will continue our very important work, and we just won one of the litigations, and according to which to the adjudication, the provider has to just equip approximately 500 kilometers of the transmission lines at the preserved territories. In addition, in 2021, we just tagged with the satellite transmitter one of the like fledglings of Steppe Eagles, and we also have one transmitter, but so its fourth carrier regrettably died due to hunger, or maybe due to the to being captured by a fox, and one transmitter is still alive, is still active, thus showing that the main area of the dispersal of the Steppe Eagle is Western Kazakhstan. So our just female eagle just was there for 3 times, and she was quite happy with that. And as far as wintering route is concerned, so she just goes through Saudi Arabia, through Bilmandeb Bay, and just spends winter in Kenya in one and the same national park. And interesting is that it demonstrates quite this loop-like migration, which is typical for the eagles that migrate to Africa. Thank you very much. Should you have any questions, ready to take them. Thank you very much, Anton.
Questions, please? We have some time. Not many time. Thank you.